Your Majesty, Your Highness, Your Eminences, Your Excellencies, religious leaders, ladies and gentlemen. I have the pleasure of delivering the message of His Holiness the Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew, who is unable, unfortunately, to be with us today. In the Holy Gospel, our Lord Jesus Christ said, "Let the little children come to me and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." On this 30th anniversary of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, we would like to acknowledge the efforts of the international community, civil society, and faith-based institutions to protect children's rights and dignity. It is important to bear in mind that as a Holy and Great Council of the Orthodox Church, convened in Crete in June 2016, stated in its message, young people are not only the future, but also the dynamic and creative present of the Church, both on a local and a worldwide level, upon which the future is being built. Our deepest gratitude goes to all organizers of this joint ecumenical meeting for uniting all faith communities and other partners in a quest to safeguard our children, the most vulnerable people on earth. Their vulnerability is due not only to wars, crisis, political instability, criminal networks, or climate change, but also due to the threats of the digital age. It is important to remember that according to UNICEF, 1 of the 3 internet users worldwide is a child, and young people are now the most digitally connected of all age groups. From photos posted online to medical records stored in the cloud, many children have a digital footprint well before they can even walk or talk. In this sense, we are facing times of great sociological and anthropological transformations. The digital world has become a space of discovery, especially in terms of human behavior and relationship, but it is also a space of danger and uncertainty. During the last century, humanity succeeded in a way in establishing childhood in a period of human life worthy of protection. Today, however, despite of the fact that children are in need of their childhood, of a protected space, we tolerate the invasion of media in children's lives. Television, the internet, and the constant exposure of children to the digital world lead to a so-called disappearance of childhood, resulting in a radical change in children's lives, a decrease in the span of their childhood, and in an early induction into adulthood, and together with its problems and contradictions, as well as in a change in a relationship between parent and child. New technologies have weakened the role of family in the education and formation of children, making the computer the main source of values. Computers, televisions, smartphones, and tablets are not good babysitters, nor are they good fathers, mothers, and teachers. Digital media addiction leads us to a superficial relationship with ourselves and the world, and it promotes the identification of reality with virtual reality. On the one hand, anonymity in a digital space lowers our self-control and our sensitivity to moral values. On the other hand, it empowers our propensity for aggression and truly leads to an increase of violence and lawless activities in the real world. It is not a coincidence that we have experienced a significant increase in child crime. Additionally, through digital communications, children are forced to be part of a competitive lifestyle. They are transformed into consumers, and they become accustomed of considering money as their highest value. And even worse, cruel and perverted minds exploit children through the internet, promoting child pornography and cultivating fanaticism and aggressive behavior. To tackle the above-mentioned manifold challenges of today's world, protecting children and their childhood is crucial. On November 21, 2018, during our keynote address at the World Children's Day celebration event in Geneva, we stated that for Orthodox Christianity, the highest ethos of the renouncement of our individual rights is in the name of love, for the sake of the protection of the rights of the other. Consequently, we defend the rights of children and promote the protection of their integrity. We strive to uphold their dignity in the digital space, to eradicate their abuse and exploitation together with all forms of violence and discrimination. In our 2016 Christmas proclamation, we declared 2017 as the year of protection of the sacredness of childhood, appealing to all of the world to respect the identity and sacredness of childhood and inviting everyone to recognize and respect the rights and integrity of children. In light of the global refugee crisis that especially affects the rights of children, in light of the plague of child mortality, hunger and child labor, child abuse and psychological violence, as well as the dangers of alerting children's souls through their uncontrolled exposure to the influence of contemporary electronic means of communication and their subjection to consumerism. While humanity has labored for the protection and preservation of childhood for the last century, the century of the child, and the century of education, we are shortening the span of childhood through the optical and the digital revolution of the television, the internet, smartphones, and tablets. The power of formation and the space in which we can educate children is rapidly shrinking. It has been rightly highlighted that mankind has once again begun to forget that children need an authentic and protected childhood experience. In this spirit, we therefore declare every year, every day, every moment, its timely opportunity for the protection of the sacredness of childhood. For us, Orthodox Christians, the most frequently encountered and impressive holy icon of that of Jesus as a child, a true child and a true God, embraced by his all holy mother. In Christian faith, God himself assumed flesh as an infant and called us to become like these children so that may be deemed worthy to become God's by grace. Thank you.